A fair amount to discuss before I really get into the episode today. So I've seen a lot of comments on YouTube, a lot of comments in Discord as well, basically saying these organs are adding so much wealth to the colony that we need to get rid of them. Alchemy even pointed out in Discord that basically because we were grinding up the organs, it wasn't get rid of them, but the mecha spiders that are being churned out from the whole organ refining process are worth more than the organs were worth, so our wealth is going up. But I mean, I'm not too bothered about that, because at least the mecha spiders can fight any bigger raids that come as a result of that, whereas you're not going to kill anyone with a kidney. So I'm kind of alright with still grinding them up into mecha spiders, even though it will increase the wealth of the colony, because, you know, we have the means to defend ourselves as long as we've got the mecha spiders. A couple of other things. First things first, I've got a big document together of all the names you guys have suggested, and I have even renamed a fair amount of the animals with some of the names that I've seen in the comments, so if any of these guys are your suggestions, congrats. I also renamed a couple of the robots as well. My favourite one is Hal Emmerich, creator of the Metal Gear. I named him a cleaning bot after him, because I thought that's what he deserved for being a big shit. So yeah, that's all the robots renamed. I've also got, like I said, a big document of any other names. If you want to suggest any others, feel free, and I'll put them on the list, but I will just go from the top to bottom, so first come, first served style. This is fine, though. The wealth is a little bit of a state, but it is going pretty well. The whole wealth reduction thing is working. We've gone down from many gold there. Please put some commas for Christ's sake. Down to slightly less gold though. Have we downsized by what? Like a few 100,000? Like 500k silver. That's a fair amount. Now all of this is in items, which means it probably is from the organs being butchered, or I don't know. What else have we lost? We used up some neuro trainers and things like that, but. Oh, I suppose we did also lose the persona core when I disassembled it. So that could also be something to do with it. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much. We've also got a couple of tech profs lying around, which we can use up when we get to those higher level of research. Speaking of research, I've also gone through the past couple of episodes and queued up research you guys have been telling me to queue up. So it's me trying to scroll the top bar, and it's actually the bottom one. Obviously, we've got the robotics to do first. I'm going to spend the tech profs on these last two here, so I do want to get to that as soon as possible, just because it'll help remove some wealth there. We've also got animal enrichment. Fuck knows how I missed that, but it turns out that's one of the most important research we've got, because it improves the current animals we've got and allows us to unlock new ones as well. So this is something I really should have grabbed ages ago. See there, research ways to improve existing animals and create better adapted versions of them known as alphas. So this is the thing I was searching for last episode when I was just typing in like alpha or extraction, please, for the love of God, help me. Turns out this was what I was after the entire time. After that is another research that people have been screaming at me to get for a very long time, the animal control, which allows you to, I assume, apply controllable special abilities for each hybrid family. I assume it's not like being able to, what is the word? I can't remember. It's not the same as being able to draft them, but I feel like it's probably like the vampire mod, which we saw very briefly on a live stream, that allows us to target things with specific abilities, rather than being directly drafting. If it makes them draftable, that would be pretty damn good. Maybe a little OP though, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. What else was there? Some really good advice. I've remembered a lot of it, but I'm trying to recall it all now, and I'm failing. Oh, another one was when we get a thrombo next time, make sure that we clone it before we grind it up, so that in the future, whenever we need thrombo DNA, we can just churn out a new clone of a thrombo. Although, seeing as that's a base game animal, I imagine it will take time rather than the mecha spiders, which we can just churn out instantly. That one might be slightly different, so I do need to keep an eye on that as well. If I remember anything else as we're playing, I will bring that up. This is looking pretty good, though. Now, I want to get the robotics done as soon as possible, like I said, because it will get rid of a couple of these sub-persona cores, lower some wealth as well. But not only that, it will help out with, you know, just having some extra hauling bots, some extra cleaning bots, that type of thing. Well, thank God for that. The last of the cloning vats is being built right now, so we don't have to worry about churning out tons and tons of components, and that should be that. Okay, so we've got 18 of them. Oh, we've got 19 of them. How the fuck have we got 19? How does that work? 9 on each side. That's still not... Oh, right, there we go, right? I was going to say, that. Hang on, that's not right at all. Right, so we've got 18 cloning vats. Can we simultaneously grow the same creature in multiple vats? This might be a mistake. Start growing. Oh, we do have to clone Anton some, but I'm not going to clone an... Why does it say 19 again? Have we got another cloning vat? Oh, no, because I've apparently also got that square selected. That explains it. Right, start growing. Mecha Spider 1. Is that going to use... Oh, no, it only does it... Oh, it only does one vat at a time. Well, that's a pain in the ass. Ah, that's why. The template can only be applied to one vat at a time until it's filled. Right, okay, so we'll also clone Anton's son as well, because you guys have been begging for her to come back. That key character of the colony. I like that the hauling bots can actually fill up the cloning vats. That's really, really useful. Although a little tiny bit OP, but that's fine. Right, let's see if this one works. Turns out, yes, it does work with the hauling bots filling it up. I thought it would, you know, I was 99.9% sure it would. I didn't know if it needed a human just to actually initiate the growth there, but the Mecha Spider is finished instantly. A little bit broken there, but that should be okay. Oh, the power's off. Why's the power off? Hey, turn that back on. There he is. Our boy, Mecha Spider 1. Right, you are going to get named from the big old name tab I've got here. Right, Mecha Spider 1. And let's go training and rename him to... Let's go for... What have I got for my... We've got... Bonero, lead to a review to there. Welcome, Bonero, the Mecha Spider, to the colony. One of you said set up a second colony. I think that's a really good idea. It might be a good place to store all of our many, many death bots as like a holding area. Now, how could I do that? How could I? Let me think. How? Because I mean, the only issue with that is I'm somewhat concerned that if we come under attack, we would have to wait for a caravan to come and reinforce. I don't think we could... There's a certain limit to the distance you can build colonies, right? So I might have to be somewhat careful here. We could put one like there and there as like defense points for the main colony. That could be kind of interesting. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that later on. I think that's a good idea, and I would love having like a dedicated base to each thing. So a dedicated cloning base, a dedicated crossbreeding base, things like that with all these different incubators. It's going to take a lot of micromanagement, so I'll have to find some other sort of semi-automated micromanagement mods. Speaking of which, one thing I did want to do this episode is, how many of you are fans of Factorio? That's right, I'm not. I'm actually not. I didn't really enjoy it that much. But this, though... This allows us to turn Rimworld into a little bit of Factorio, and automate some of the conveyor belts. One thing I did try to do a couple of episodes there with the Deathbot factory, but unfortunately didn't work as well as I was hoping. But it seems that something like this, it could be kind of useful to move goods between, or specifically the crops that we grow, to move them from the growing area into the freezer. I have a feeling all we have to do is this, to be honest with you. Must be placed so that white glow is in the growing zone, aqua glow... Oh, just like that, you mean? Alright, so in theory, if we do this, these rollers will pull whatever is grown from this area and dump it immediately into the freezer, which means we don't need haulers constantly working in the freezer. Let's just see if it works. Now, fingers crossed it also counts as a wall tile, so it doesn't let all the cold into the hydroponics base and all the heat from the hydroponics base into the freezer. Does that count? Doesn't seem to be getting any colder. Yeah, no, that is definitely a wall tile. Alright, so in theory, that should be pulling... I'll have to keep a close eye on it. I swear there was rice there a second ago. Is there anything that we can harvest just to test it out? We got anything even slightly grown so I can give it a go? Not yet, unfortunately. But that's good, though. In theory, what that would do is, like I said, reduce the need for any haulers to move the crops actually actively into the freezer there. It should just drag it from the adjacent growing zone, which is this entire thing. Any crops pulled off of the hydroponic benches and dumped onto the growing zone as well should immediately be churned out into the freezer. Now, I was originally going to do it so that it grabbed it from here, put it onto a conveyor belt and dumped it in the freezer. Turns out we don't need to do it because it does count as a wall tile there. A little bit broken. Maybe a little bit too OP, but I mean, that does come from... You'd have to plan around that if you do want to set it up like this. It's kind of a happy little accident there. Right, so what else do I want to do with this? Another one I downloaded allows us to build UV lights, which I think are in furniture. Yeah. I think they're just sun lamps, but on the wall. I don't think they give, like, a growth modifier or anything. Oh, my God, 600 watts a piece? Really? What's a sun lamp? Those are 1,000 watts a piece. Oh, I can't say I've ever noticed. Okay, so I think these are basically just sun lamps, but for a wall with a slightly lower area, as you can tell there. Not particularly useful. I actually thought they gave a growth modifier, which would make sense if they're UV wall lights, but I guess not. You know, I thought that that's how they balanced it, was they had a smaller area than a sun lamp. As you can see there, they only cover, what is that, like... barely even a dozen tiles or so. Whereas the sun lamp, by comparison, covers a much larger area. So I thought that's how they would balance it, to give it a larger growing zone, but I guess not. We won't worry about it too much because we've got the Skylight. It's just for a separate mod, allows you to build thick roofs over everything. It does seem a bit weird that we would be able to build nuclear power plants but not build a roof over our base thick enough to stop drop pods crashing through it. There is a mod that allows you to do that, which would mean we would have to get rid of the Skylights, otherwise any raiders we had would just crash in through the Skylights and attack us via that. So, if we ever wanted to move on to that mod, that's where the lamps will come in handy. But for now, again, I mean, we'll wait and see how the first raid we get ends up, whether or not that ends up screwing us up, and then I might install the roofs if that's necessary. Right, why are we not repairing anything, team? Donitz, you need to be on top repair. You know, we need a lot of people on top repair. Mainly because there's going to be very little to repair, but the stuff that does break down is probably a little more urgent, especially if we lose some coolers, if we lose some auto doors, things like that. No guest beds. They were afraid to enter your territory because of no beds. Classic. I mean, we can ensure safety and actually build a guest hotel. That might not be a bad plan. Come and visit the colony and our horrible death bots. Seems like not too much of a terrible idea. One thing I do have to remember is that this still counts as outdoors. This still counts as being outdoors because there's no door on here. But the last time I installed a door on there, they sent sappers. Or every time I haven't had a door on there, they've sent sappers. So, what am I going to do about that? I'm not going to risk it because I don't want them going around or completely avoiding the kill box, just smashing down the steel doors, for example. So it doesn't matter if this area counts as outdoors, honestly. It's still kind of indoors. Okay, that's fine then. Let's build a little guest hotel then. Remember Unlimitedhug? Well, that's coming back with vengeance. Let's go for, what do I want with Unlimitedhug? Wait, was Unlimitedhug the very first series? That wasn't even the last one we did, was it? Because that was Hotel Throog. I don't remember, man. It seems like we've done so much Rimworld at this stage. Let's go for a lovely titanium hotel. It's going to be entirely titanium. We're trying to reduce the wealth of the map here a little bit, but why not just go crazy with it? Hey, we've got plenty of titanium furniture as well. Do I really want to build it all out of titanium? No, I really should do bamboo, because the beauty of the place will affect their mood. Bamboo is also really cheap, so we could put that basically anywhere up here, I guess, unless this counts as swampland. Doesn't seem to. We can build on all of it. Alright, I'll just build it up here then, and we'll have some guests come visit. Now, while we're about to start work on the hotel, we should probably have our main base doing something in the background here. So we could build some brain processors. You can hook those up to multiple benches. The issue is, still there is nowhere to put it that will affect... Oh, we could put it there, I guess. It's a little bit annoying, but we can do that. So we'll put a brain processor there. What does a brain in the jar do? It's just a very, very small little addition, is it? Okay, that's fine. We could put one there. Now, one of you said that on the Steam Workshop, they do have multiple brains connected to the research benches, so I'm going to put one there. The quad brain processor would be incredible, but it is massive. Ideally, we'd want to put that in the middle there. Although that does take... Is that not the one that takes the Persona Core? What took the Persona Core? Wait, what? Advanced components... Am I going crazy? Did yesterday this not take the Persona Core to build? Dual brain processor, quad brain processor, that doesn't require a Persona Core anymore. Am I... Okay. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm not going crazy, right? That was definitely a thing that happened. Oh, well, it doesn't matter too much. Let's get that reinstalled. This is going to be an absolute clusterfuck of research benches, but honestly, there's probably a very effective way of doing this. Putting the research benches in the middle of the room and building around it would make more sense, rather than having it sort of clustered up in the corner here. But I'm not going to plan it out properly. These research benches are pain in the ass to keep moving all the time, so we'll just do it this way. Donitz, come and start work on this immediately. Let's get this built as well. They're spending too much time working on the outer shell that I've built here of the hotel. Now, what I thought is, one thing we can do with the robot model, though I don't want the main base ran by robots because it's a little OP and it would mean our colonists have nothing to do, there's no reason we can't have this hotel entirely staffed by robots. Robot crafters, robot builders, robot cookers, robot chefs, that's the word, robot chefs, everything robotic in Hotel Donitz, I guess. We've had a Hotel Throog in a Unlimitedhug, so now we need the Copa Donitz. I need a better name than that. That's god awful. Once I come up with a better name, that's what we'll name it. Unless you guys have got any better suggestions, of course. Right, we can put that one there. The issue is it does kind of block off that far research bench, so they'd have to walk around everybody to get to it. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a clusterfuck, but it is going to make our research speed increase by so much. Right, Donitz, come and finish this one off. Have we got enough resources for it, really? 8 out of 10 advanced components. I imagine that's what we're limited by at this stage. Does... Oh, no, no, wait, that's a biointerface component. What the hell that is? Alright, yeah, no, we are limited with that. Alright, now hopefully they can still get to the other one just by moving around other people. If not, then that's going to need some... I could just flip the research bench around, genius. Why am I like this? That would make way more sense. I'm going to have to redo this whole room. You know what? I'll redo that whole room in a minute. Yeah, I'll pause the recording or something so you guys don't have to watch me fucking struggle to play Tetris with this room. Right, okay. Auto doors. Let's go bamboo auto doors because everything has to be made of bamboo. It's going to be very oriental themed. We're going to go for that classic sort of Meiji period hotel staffed by robots. Samurai robots, though, so it'll be much cooler. Alright, let's get that bamboo auto door built. Now, we are going to need some power to this area. I don't particularly want to run a power conduit from the main base. Mainly because it'll be fairly susceptible to raiders. Should we build them their own power supply in the hotel? Keep them off the grid so that they can't mess around with the main base. Yeah, I feel like that's not a bad idea. You wouldn't see Area 51 giving power to, you know, their hotel? That was a terrible metaphor. Oh! Bioreactor. Draws energy from living life. The amount of nutrio to be injected into the body is necessary. So these are the things that allow you to build basically batteries for creatures. We can hook creatures up to the power grid, and they somehow produce more power than you put into keeping them alive. I don't think that's how that works. But hey, apparently we can do that at some stage. That might not be a bad idea. As with all hotels, it will be powered by a nuclear reactor because that's just the type of place we are. Is that completely in the center? That's a bit worrying. Let's take a look at that. Orders, plan. Right, that's 12 that way, and 13 that way. Oh, for fuck's sake, why do I do this? Okay, fine. Fine, I'll allow it. It is going to make the rest of the base pretty annoying to try and manage it. That is 12 on each. Oh, God, did I build that on the wrong side? Oh, someone send help, please. Dobson, you're genuinely busting my balls here. Ascetic has impressive bedroom. You've literally got a bed and a heater. What more do you want? Okay, get rid of the bed, I guess, and replace it with a sleeping bag. I mean, what do you want from me here? Dobson is always sad because his bedroom is too nice. Okay, we might have to even dig up the floor and replace it with soil or something. Furniture, fucking hippies, honestly. Let's give him a bedroll. Let's just give him a bedroll, and then he'll complain that he's not comfortable. You watch. I hate this game. Right, okay, there you go. You can have a double bedroll, so it's at least symmetrical. I mean, what else can we do? Dig up the floor, because it's got too high beauty, I guess? Just give him a nice paved tile floor. There you go. Right, now you can shut the hell up, you little shit. Right, pharmaceuticals trader. We should probably take a look and see what they've got. I don't think we need any more medicine. No, 167. We don't need any in a hurry. Donitz, let's go and take a look at this. Right, so we have all the cool stuff. They have all the shitty stuff. They've got plenty of flake. Now, flake we need to make flake, yayo, go juice. I'm going to buy all of these so that we can make the medicated ribs, the painkiller ribs and the adrenaline ribs to increase movement speed and pain tolerance, irrespectively. Now, what else have we got? Do they want a sturgeon? Have a sturgeon. A sturgeon for a surgeon. Ban this channel. Besides that, I'm not really interested. What's Paradine? That's for, yeah, painkillers. Euphoria-inducing painkillers. Yeah, no, I'm not really interested in that too much. We don't really need any more medicine. Apparently, we've got 155 glitterworld medicine. We're just going to buy all of this for now. We're going to have to sell him something, though, in exchange. A brain scanner is only worth 64, despite the fact that it takes advanced components to build. I feel a little bit betrayed by that. Oh, my God, they want titanium. Of course they do. Yeah, have some titanium. Is titanium particularly sterile? I have no idea. Wait, whoa. That's not selling for very much. Minus 500. Alright, that's better. Alright, there you go. You enjoy that. Okay, so we bought plenty of drugs, so now we can rip out all of Donitz's ribs and replace them all with medicated, drugged-up ribs. This boy is going to be off his goddamn mind. I don't think we've got anything mind-altering in him yet, have we? Not particularly. Not unless you count having your spine completely replaced by an exoskeleton. I mean, that's probably somewhat mind-altering. 62. Shit, 52. Oh, another research that I didn't mention as I put the age drugs on the list because one of you said that apparently animals fight better with when they're fully grown. So we've researched age drugs. They can be fed to animals to increase their age significantly so that we can quickly grow them, our clones, into full-grown creatures. The only thing I'm concerned with is if I feed it to a mecha spider, it might crash the game because of the whole stack underflow situation with the name there. The fact that they are minus 90 million, or is that 9 billion? I'm not counting the digits there. Very many numbers. They are minus very many numbers of age. So I have a feeling it might crash the game if we try and grow them, but we'll wait and see how that goes. I will give it a go, obviously. We'll save beforehand and see if it helps out a little bit. Now, those doors are in the middle, aren't they? Oh, God, please help. This is not right. This is not right at all. 15? Oh, you fool. 15? Alright, yeah, because of course the reactor is too large. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to get rid of that. Then we want a nice entrance area, a nice lobby, if you will, where they can come in and have like a nice drink and a sit down and wait for the porters to take the cases up to their room. So that's going to go here. We're going to build that like that. There we go. Okay, so we'll put some, like, couches or sofas for those of you who speak actual English. And we'll put, like, a nice little bar there. We'll put a freezer with some food in it. Do we really need blast doors for the hotel? Bulk goods trader from the Purple Lagoon tribe. Hello. What have you guys got for me? Reindeers, apparently. My God, it's like the elf from The Hobbit. That sinful movie. Do you guys remember that? No, me neither. All right, let's go trade with you. See what you've got for me. Okay. Do you want to buy thick one, Pringle chip, panko crumbs, ringworm, Arnold, hell? Yeah, see, that's not inspiring, is it? He's even younger there. This is going to break the game. This is absolutely going to break the game. Okay, fine. Oh, they can absolutely have our insect meat. I'm not interested in that too much. We keep all the other meat. Tyrannosaurus Rex meat. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Dino insect jelly. What do they have, more importantly? I'd like to sort it by just things that they have, because I'm not really interested in selling anything to them. I'm quite happy to keep what we've got. You know what I will sell to them? All this crap. I really don't want, you know, like a dead man's jacket. That's not on my list of things to do today. All right. They've got some watermelons. Sold. Nice. Fucking love watermelon. Right, thanks, team. Okay, go home. We've improved relations even higher with them. The only reason these guys like us so much is because we wiped out Tedline and Manta Confederation. Oh, shit. They're literally sleeping out in the cold. These guys are going to hate me. Where are they from? The Pact of Hinlados. We should build these beds as quickly as possible, otherwise these guys are going to leave, you know, hating us, like I said. Probably because we're forcing them to sleep out in the snow. Right, how many bedrooms can we fit in here? And it's going to be a nice equal size. If we do them 8 by 8. Okay, hang on. What was the length of the wall? 32. So 8 by 8 will fit in that. No, wait, it won't, because technically it's not. Wait, will it? Oh god, somebody do maths. No, I didn't think it would. I had a sneaking suspicion that would definitely not work. Okay. What if we make them? We can make them 9 by 9. All right, it's not ideal. The end rooms are 8 blocks each. The middle room is 7, but honestly, that's fine. I can't complain about that too much. Right, so we'll do the same on this side as well. So what did I make that in the end? I made it 8 by 10. So we'll do that one. 8 by 10, and this one is gonna be by 9, and then this one is by 10 again. Right, there we go. Okay, so we've got a nice little corridor as well. This can be like the living area. We'll need obviously a bar, a kitchen, things like that. And this is plenty of room for expansion. It's a nice modular design, except for the whole nuclear power plant. We can build around that, and it could be like a centerpiece, right? You know, you go to a hotel and they might have some chandeliers and some old guy who has a slightly strange smell like and playing piano. That's going to be us, except a nuclear power plant, so just like a real hotel. Now, how are we doing in terms of the traders? These guys are actually stopping in the base. I did move the trading zone, which is pretty good. Our guests, though, who I imagine are pretty pissed off by the fact they had to sleep out in the snow. Can I find out your mood? How are you? Well, I mean, I can find out their mood. Feeling indifferent. Slept on the ground, slept in the cold, slept outside, uncomfortable. So all of that is my fault. No guest beds, minus 15. That's what we need to worry about here. They've also got sky-high expectations, probably because we literally have a titanium-lined base. Is it lined if it's on the outside? Titanium? I don't know. Somebody look that up for me. Right, so in that case, I'm almost tempted to throw down a bunch of sleeping bags in the lab somewhere for them to crash for the night. But honestly, I feel like we can get this done in time, right? How's the robots coming along? Because we want to get rid of those tech profs as soon as possible. We're at 10,000. Do we finish off the brains? We did not finish off the brains. Why? It's waiting to be built. For fuck's sake, Donitz. Just come and finish this off, for Christ's sake. Now that's going to give us, what, 25% extra? 200%? Nanny? Falling brains together. 250. Wait, what? Plus 200%. Plus 250%. Plus 25% on this one. Okay, that one's fine. There's no limit to the... Sorry, did I read that right? There's no limit to the amount of branding jars that can be linked to a research bench. So I can just have another one. Oh, fuck. Okay, right. I'm going to have to make this as efficient as possible then, aren't I? Because we can make our research be just like infinite, you know? Well, that's pretty broken. That's like incredibly broken. Is it even working? We've only got one guy researching right now. That is 10,000. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, that's definitely working. That's going up incredibly fast for a 10,000 point research. Now, the only issue is they can't get to the research benches. So you're going to be moved... My god, I hate this so much. Hang on, let me sort this out. Several hours later, we're done. How does that look? Is that not infinitely better? Actually looks pretty decent now with everything rammed in there. So apparently we can fit infinite brains in jars next to the workbenches. So we'll build a couple of those as well, see how they work. What do they give? Like an extra 5% speed or something like that, right? Let's take a look. Boost research speed by 6%, apparently. These seem a little bit OP if you can hook as many up as you can to the workbench. What about these as well? Can we link another one of these up? Oh my god, I think we actually can. Well, that's going to be broken as all fuck, man. Yeah, no, that's going to be broken as all hell. Wait, genuinely? That doesn't seem very cash money of you. Huh. So I could expand this wall out once more so they can pass through and have another 2 benches put down. I suppose the limiting factor is brains, but when we've got... How many brains have we got left? Let's see here. We got brains, we got... You know, I'm not going to look for any brains. I guess we've got plenty left in storage because we can build a couple more brains in jars as well. Man, I'm so glad. Look at how nice this looks now. Infinitely better. I'm so glad I did that. Right, so back to the hotel, more importantly. Why is all the bamboo... Why does it look a different color? Are you guys seeing that, or is that just me? Oh, it's probably because we've roofed over half of it. Alright, okay, we definitely want to do that as well then. So build roof area, preferably over this bit. Are we out of bamboo? Oh, don't say that. No, we've got shit tons left. We've got 2,000 left. We're just not building it. Donitz, what are you doing? What the fuck was he doing? Refining nutrient solution? Donitz, you are fired, my friend. Donitz, that's for the hauling bots to do. You don't need to do that shit. Right. Feeding lavish meal to Carrie? Oh, Jim, it's you. Jim Carey. Why are you in my prison? Oh, you were the one we brought back and somehow survived the journey with all the death bots. Sorry, install AI Persona Core. Do we have one of those? I'm almost 90% certain that we... almost 90% certain? I'm almost 90% certain that we actually lost our Persona Core when we dismantled the AI station there. Do we definitely not have one in storage? No, we've got the tech profs. Don't have anything else, though. I guess it's just showing us what we could do to him. Like, here's what you could have won. Right, Jim. Let's go for the classic... remove both of your legs so you can't try and escape. Harvest pelvis. Now... No, that's not... No, I'm not talking about it. That's something best forgotten, I think. Right, Donitz cannot harvest spine, need material. Oh, right, because we need to change his thing to best quality medical care, as I recall. Strip, no. There we go, right, that's better. Donitz can definitely do that because obviously he has the most success chance. Your spine is gone. We are now having no riots or anything in the prison. I might even build you a proper bed because I do feel a little bit mean. Taking out your spine and then leave you on the floor. Although you did kidnap Donitz, so you know what? You're on your own, pal. We'll put your spine to good use. Right, okay. How's the research coming along? We're on to robotics. And robotics and more robotics. We're going to wait for this one to finish. Then we'll spend the tech profs on the last 2 tiers of robotics that are allowing us to build advanced robotics matrix and anti-logic robotics matrices. We're going to build those afterwards. We've just finished basic logic. Even with all of this stuff, it's taken quite a while. Who's our last researcher who seems to be not researching? That would be Donitz, though, wouldn't it? Sadini, what are you doing in your spare time? Let's find you. Making bulk advanced components. I think I'd rather you research, because we've got plenty of crafters already, but not many researchers. Honestly, congratulations, you've been promoted from head component slave to research slave instead. Building some brains to jars, thank you for that. Alright, there we go. Wait, Donitz? Oh, you know what, it doesn't matter. He's still making the components. That's fine by me. Alright, fingers crossed this won't take too long. In the meantime, like I said, we can build the hospital, though. The nuclear power plant is up and running. It's a shame we haven't got anything to power with it at all. Right, let's get some power running through these walls as well, then. There we go. Problem solved. Alright, thank you very much. And then we need some... I suppose I'll just design one bedroom and then blueprint it over. What have I done? This is too many brains. The research speed is actually kind of getting pretty ridiculous at this stage. We've almost finished the 15,000 point research with basically just 2 dudes and a whole bunch of brains kicking around. Figure we might as well fill the room up as much as possible whilst we've got the free space. Otherwise, it's just wasting people's time, right? Okay, so Donitz, my friend, you are going to go and use up the sub-profs on the advanced and anti-logic research. Let's go ahead and use that one. Boom, thank you very much. Technology. So is that going to work now? No, we have to take it. Yeah, okay, I thought this was the case. So I've got to remember what the hell we've got researching right now. The issue is if you use the tech prof core, it does bug out this. So we want to go for robotics anti-logic. This one. And then there's also this one to do afterwards, but that's only 1,000 research. For some reason, the end game one is the cheapest, so, or one of the cheapest. Right, so let's go ahead and use another one. There it is. Right. There we go, and we should be good. Right, so we'll queue this one up as well, just because we're basically already finished, right? And then we need, was it animal control, which is this one here, and then we wanted age pills as well, or age drugs. Age drugs, where am I looking? There we are. Alright, so that should be pretty good then. That should be all of our research dealt with, and those things, those last research that we just queued up there are going to take 30 seconds given the absolute state of this lab here. Now, look... I didn't want to show you guys this early, but I know a lot of you are going to get annoyed at me. I said, let's try and lower the wealth of the map by building a hospital completely out of bamboo, and now I'm literally paving the bedrooms in gold, okay? I get it. I understand your concerns, but also, it's a bedroom of pure gold, with quite a nice fireplace as well, I'd like to add. So, honestly, how can you be mad? I mean, why you have to be mad? This is going to look really goddamn nice when it's finished. We'll come back to it when it's done there. Besides that, we just went on this little last bit of research. Look at how... Oh, shit, they've got to research everything else first. Right, I see. 5,000 points. They're going to get it done in a couple of hours. Like, it's going to take barely no time whatsoever. Especially now. That's one dude doing it as well? Okay, so if we also got Donitz doing this, it would be completely fucking broken, eh? Donitz? No more mining. Only research. Look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I feel like they should probably limit it to just one per bench. Or at least only one bench can be connected to one. Or only one can be connected to one bench. Because Because this is pretty absurd. The fact we've got 3 dudes, don't get me wrong, they're all quite skilled. And Donitz is basically a robot anyway, so this is just ridiculous, though. Holy shit, it's going to be done in no time. Oh, God. Insectoids in the rim are genetically altered organisms designed to fight mechanoids, a group of black-hide insects. Thank you all for watching. Next episode, we lose. Big shout out to my insane top tier level patrons making the series possible. Big dick to me, Zachary Harris, Harik, Lucas Holting, Sean Thornton, Haydog Sidini, Paul, Necrophilin, Asuna Kirito, Facundo Vasquez, Crosis, I'm the Lizard King, Jocelyn Dean Tesla, Michael Mullen, Tyler Birch, Jacob Alexander Fenton, Pelvis Presley, Logan Thorne, Conspired T, Orcswolf, Average Gamer 419, Escape, Zazzy 7011, and Jackson Woodman for the support of the Insane T levels on Patreon. Thank you for keeping the series going. Even though it probably won't be going for much longer. And, as well, a big shout out to Nathaniel Lindbergh, Brandon Wintoniak, Euphrates, Quasar Fox, Jack Allen, Gabriel Van Der, Llewellyn Thomas, Nathan Flores, Johan DeVries, Don Connie 217, Zet McDougall, Joseph Beard, Jordan Campbell, Harry McGowan, Will Wade, Chris, Serthor the Swede, Acero, Nick, Fraser Benning, Kevin Saunders, Bettermus Max, The Insane Pickle, Adam Person, Igor Kozak, Haji Dumas, and Noah Gallimore for your support on Patreon as well.